Hello wrestling fans, the Wrestling Wizard here and welcome to Wizard Watch, the weekly show where we break down the top moments from this week's episode of Monday Night Raw. Now as always, it'd be very much appreciated if you could like the video, share the video and even better, subscribe if you're new. So let's get to it. So we didn't get Bray Wyatt on this week's episode of Raw, however WWE did show a WrestleMania poster with both Alexa Bliss and Bray Wyatt. And WWE know what WWE fans are like. They made a point of showing this, so surely it's a good sign. Also, the fact that we didn't see Bobby Lashley on Raw, in a way, is good news for Bray Wyatt and Alexa Bliss fans because they haven't pushed him on into a new feud or anything. So maybe, fingers, toes crossed, everything crossed, but let's not go too far, that Bray Wyatt will make it for WrestleMania. Alexa Bliss will be at WrestleMania 2. Next up, we got some developments with the Bloodline storyline, and I've said it once and I'm going to say it again. This whole Bloodline storyline should be made into a freaking movie. It's that good. And of course, we got confirmation that Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens will be taking on the Usos for the WWE Undisputed Tag Team titles. I cannot wait for that matchup. Genuinely super pumped for it. And then we got a really cool backstage segment where we saw the whole of the Bloodline back together, and at the end Roman Reigns held Jey Uso back and questioned his alliance to the family, said, "You're still part of this family, right?" And then even proceeded to say that he loves Jey, and there was absolutely no response. So seemingly Roman Reigns doesn't trust Jey Uso. Jey Uso clearly doesn't trust Roman Reigns, and this storyline develops. Now, I'm a little bit of a stickler for keeping this whole Bloodline storyline within the family with the titles, and I honestly believe, and I may be the only person thinking this, but I truly believe that Jey Uso should be the one to take the belts off Roman. You go back and watch the whole Bloodline storyline, a lot of this stems from the whole Jey Uso, Jimmy Uso and Roman Reigns dynamic. Of course, we got another promo, a fire promo between Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns. Cody Rhodes is definitely stepping up his promo game to the next level, and you can sort of see the fear in Roman Reigns' eyes. But I truly believe that it would give more layers to the Cody Rhodes character coming out of WrestleMania if he took the loss at WrestleMania. Think of the heartbreak, think of the shock, think of the, oh my god, that wasn't the plan. Cody was supposed to be the one to dethrone Roman Reigns. And then you've got fans ridiculously over Cody Rhodes to the point where they're literally frothing at the mouth for him to take the titles. Roman Reigns gets his 1,000+ day reign. And I feel, again, at the same time, you can work on the Jey Uso, Roman Reigns kind of dynamic involved within all of this as well. So it still leaves more meat on the bone. And just because The Rock isn't going to be at WrestleMania wrestling, it doesn't mean potentially that he's not going to be there face to face. So even if Roman did beat Cody at WrestleMania, to then see a stare down between The Rock and Roman, you know, with or without the titles, that is the main event for WrestleMania 40 next year. Just a thought. And we also got this really creepy promo from Edge, where in a nutshell, he told Finn Balor to stay home and to bring out the demon to face the devil. I love that line. It's absolutely brilliant. It was an odd segment, I must admit, but nonetheless, I don't care. I kind of marked out at the thought of a Brood Edge taking on the demon Finn Balor at WrestleMania in Hell in a Cell. Next up, we saw Seth frickin' Rollins tinkering about with the production side of things, trying to get in the head of Logan Paul. But at the end of the day, it was Logan Paul who got the last laugh, got another shot in, took down Seth Rollins. However, as good as, well, as amazing as Logan Paul is in the ring, a natural, like, unbelievably charismatic, there's no way on God's green earth that Seth frickin' Rollins should be losing to Logan Paul at WrestleMania. Like, just my personal opinion. But maybe, just maybe, WWE shock us and Logan Paul goes over Seth Rollins. I mean, just imagine the backlash. Now, one segment that really stood out to me tonight on Raw was the Dominic Mysterio segment. After beating Johnny Gargano, and I'm not going to moan about the way that Johnny Gargano's been booked. I'll save that for another video. But Dom Mysterio beat Johnny Gargano clean. And then afterwards, he cut this promo saying that the whole of the Mysterio family would be on this week's episode of SmackDown. And that, in a way, essentially, Rey Mysterio is going to be forced to say yes to their match at WrestleMania. So what is Dom gonna do to the Mysterio family? In other news, we saw Austin Theory versus Montez Ford, where Austin Theory was the victor, and then he cut a pretty badass promo, to be honest with you, to hype up his match against John Cena. But on a slight side note, I do hope that they heat up Montez Ford a little bit better for the remainder of the year as a single superstar, because I certainly feel that he's got the it factor. Now, we also saw Omos in a matchup against Mustafa Ali, where he basically crushed Mustafa Ali, and then WWE emphasised yet again just how big Omos is. Did you know he was 7'3" and over 400 pounds? Note the British sarcasm there. And then, of course, we got a matchup also between Rhea Ripley and Bayley, where Rhea Ripley beat Bayley, and I get it because they want to heat her up nicely for a matchup against Charlotte at Mania for the SmackDown Women's Championship. However, I certainly feel that since Bayley's returned, she hasn't been the same Bayley prior to her injury. And I dig Damage Control. I think they're fantastic. However, Bayley has lost an awful lot of matches, and this just doesn't make her look any better. So a little bit of a boo-boo, hiss-hiss moment there. Now, we didn't get any dribble from Asuka this week. We didn't see her spitting blue gunge out of her mouth, and we got some progression with the Bianca storyline. But to be fair, this feels stale. This has taken a while to build. I hope the matchup between Bianca and Asuka lives up to expectation. I'm sure it will. But it's safe to say the build hasn't been great. And in general, I don't know whether it's just me, but it doesn't feel to me like WrestleMania season. Hopefully that will change nearer the time, but it's only a matter of days away until WrestleMania. Thank you so much for watching the video. As always, be really appreciative if you could like the video, share the video, and even better, subscribe if you're new. We'll catch you in the next one.